gather to mourn. Mourn who? Mourn for what? I saw Buhari's daughter crying in front of the hospital. These people think that they are special while we are animals. Buhari's wife is alleged to have said that her husband asked for forgiveness for the mistakes he made. So Buhari knows the word forgiveness. When Ogedegbe and Bartholomew Owo were retroactively sentenced to death for trafficking in drugs. I hate drug trafficking. The whole world pleaded with Buhari to commute their sentences. Buhari tied them to the stake and fired them, shot them. Buhari, forgiveness. Forgiveness for NYSC members that were killed because you talked about baboon and monkey blood because of your greed, your vain ambition to win elections. People's children were killed. Forgive you, Buhari, when you said that Sharia is something you must pursue to its logical conclusion. And people's hands were cut off in some of the states for stealing goods. Meanwhile, your cronies, they say you are as clean as a whistle. One rubbish human being that talked rubbish throughout his houseboyship with you. Clean as a whistle. The man that's in the Bible that returned the one talent they gave to him was clean as a whistle, but he was unproductive. Buhari, what did you contribute to the development of Nigeria from the military era till you spent 8 years, wasted 8 years of the life of our country, set us back 80 years, and went to die in London? Koni Dafwe should forgive you. The children that were shot dead during EndSARS, their parents should forgive you. The ones that were thrown into the river, the ones that disappeared without trace, their parents should forgive you because you are so special. I was amazed to see northern youths dancing Buhari Yamutu. Really Yamutu. They were dancing for your own people to be celebrating, for your own people to be dancing. In the streets, some of them were dancing inside water. Water shows how bad and wicked you are. Buhari was a cancer in our country. They say we should not talk ill of the dead. The dead should behave well while they are alive, so that we won't talk ill of them. Shakespeare said that the evil that men do lives after them. And if the evil lives after them, the comments will live after them. Buhari had an opportunity, was governor of Gongola State, became military head of state, became president twice, and he didn't do anything. We must talk ill of wicked people who create evil in our country, so that those who are alive will know what will become of them. Now, Buhari died in London. All the mumu, useless human beings, they are flying down with our money. With our money. Nigerian embassy is there. Nigerian embassy is there. Can the embassy arrange for the evacuation of his body? Who wants to steal his body? Is he Umar Udiko? Can they arrange to bring him here? You will spend our money to go there for medical treatment. You will spend our money to die there. You will spend our money to carry you back. Una the grace. Una the grace. I'm ashamed to be here. See everything organized. This house I'm living in, they want to knock it down. This house is still a very new house in in Nigeria, in Victoria Island. They want to knock it down. That is an old house. Because the people are utilizing their money well. We cannot continue like this. Buhari, you didn't do well. You didn't do well. You brought all these bandits into this country. You didn't do well. You didn't do well.
You may die, but their deeds don't. Like diamonds, this deed lives forever. What would you want to be remembered for? The confirmation of the news of the death of the former President Muhammadu Buhari filtered in like a rumor, and reactions started pouring in like wildfire in a Harmattan season. Despite the Club Cup final between Chelsea and PSG, anyway, by the way, congratulations to Chelsea fans, Nigerians still find time to express themselves over the demise of a man who was given a second opportunity at leadership. Is so much converted, but blew it with nepotistic and unawareness behavior. When I tell people, say, now who lose the election for Nigeria and now him win, people will say, nah, lie. Imagine if Buhari had not had a second chance to govern this country. If people like Tinubu and his people, despite knowing his weakness and antecedent and incapacitation over his age, had not packaged him as a born-again Democrat to deceive Nigerians, the eulogies today would have been very different. A lot of praises would have been pouring in as the man who meant so well for Nigeria, but didn't have the opportunity to govern again. People would have even replaced his name with the best president Nigeria never had. But alas, he had his opportunity and he blew it. He was favored by the gods, adorned by humans. Some of the humans who trekked from Lagos to Abuja as a sign of honor for him when he won the presidency. His body language alone frightened a lot of people. Even the civil service, the moment he entered office, everybody fell into line. A man who was touted as the anti-corruption SARS, but was not in a hurry to change anything. Rather, he adjusted to the corruption he found and saw no evil once he was committed by people around him, as he turned a blind eye to even his friend Ganduje's bribe taking, and everybody around him suddenly realized that the man was unaware and incapable of even doing anything. And so they started grabbing as much as they wanted while he remains mute. He went about his business, changing his life to a youngish, fresh look, and spent 8 years holidaying all over the world and was being treated by the best doctors in UK. And as the country was bleeding from insecurity, he was enjoying the paraphernalia of a president of a poor oil country. And his daughters were flying private jet to even go take pictures of festivals. The transformation was so hard to believe that even people like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and his group were convinced that the real Buhari had died, and the fresh guy were saying was a clone guy, Jubre from Sudan. You won't blame them. And even in death, Nigerians, a people that hardly speak ill of death, are not in a hurry to forget his bad deeds. A government that slaughtered hundreds of shites, men, women, and children, ordered soldiers of the Nigerian army to open fire on peaceful and defenseless end-SARS protesters waving the Nigerian flag, because according to Buhari, they were coming to remove him from office. He ordered the killings of young Southerners who he branded as IPOB, disobeyed court orders endlessly, jailed critics like Showore, destroyed the economy, and ruined everything he touched. Muhammadu Buhari left a legacy of debts which almost doubled from 18% to 38% of the GDP, and inflation at 22.4%, with 133 million Nigerians in poverty. And despite all of this, some of his people, including some of those in government now, and others who are collating to end bad governance, saw no evil but participated in the evil. However, he completed the railway line in Warri-Itakpe, the Abuja Light Rail, Abuja-Kaduna Railway, Lagos-Ibadan Railway, and the Kaduna-Kano, Lagos-Ibadan, Enugu-Port Harcourt, Bodo and Boni, and then the Apapa Oshodi-Oworoshoki road project as testament to his huge spending. He would also take pride in the Ajakuta-Kano-Kaduna railway line and the AKK gas project, which nepotism did not allow them award to the most suited company for that job because the person is Southerner. Anyway, that's a story for another day. So how do you tell Nigerians to mourn such a leader? I will therefore advocate our leaders today should remember it is not the number of days one spent in office that matters, but the quality of leadership and its impact in the people's life put in those days. They should also remember that the lifespan of a political office holder is like that of a tenured monarch, and that no matter how long it takes, it will come to an end someday. So what would they be remembered for? President Tinubu and his administration should use this as an opportunity to introspect. Remember also his age, bring back monies in foreign bank accounts to the country, empty their pocket to rebuild Nigeria, use this as an opportunity to recalibrate his government and bring in more competent hands, create a presidential office for research and development, monitoring and evaluation of key performance indicators to enable him leave a legacy that will be worth celebrating when his story comes to an end. But if he chooses to be dead to this admonition, and remain alive to vanity, he should remember that man is nothing but a breathing corpse. And if you are no longer alive to receive the insult, don't put your family through it.
I don't feel anything about his death.
I felt bad about his death.
I'm feeling bad.
We thank God he has money to take care of himself. Otherwise, I've gone before this time around.
It's normal. It's his turn for him to die.
Should I say I'm happy? I'm actually sad though.
I was like, wow. Well, like a lot of people wanted him to die. Actually, he didn't die. So why after he has already ruled?
You only get shocked about the death of a leader that have performed well.
To me, it's a contraband to Nigeria. It's an error. I'm indifferent about it. I just feel like I'm not really sad, I'm not really happy.
Thank you so much, President Muhammadu Buhari, for your time there. We felt it was a punishment for us, but notwithstanding, I feel pained though.
Though his style of leadership was terrible, but what can we do? He's a human being and he was once the president of this country. We just have to fulfill the pain.
I pray God will forgive his sins and grant him paradise.
I don't feel anything about his death.
My people, this na Gossip Queen. Don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section. Let me know what you also think about the RIP of our late president Muhammadu Buhari. See you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up for my video. God bless you all massively. Amen.